I know you, I can feel you with the green of soul. It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not infecting me no more. When all I say to you is dead and gone, you won't be feeling me no more. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. When all those dreams of all our memories, it hurts not being alone at one. And thoughts of you just bring me down inside. I sing it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. Why? Get your hands up! It's more than empty dreams and promises. It's not infecting me no more. When all those dreams of all our memories, I take it with the green of souls. I know you, I can feel you with the green of souls. When you're not looking at me, I feel so slow. Rising up, take a trip to the other side. Broken world from your eyes, close and lock them tight. Feet alive with the breath threatened to ignite. Spark a fire on the inside. Rise above, fly a jetpack to keep them down. Images of a thorn and a golden crown. Deadlock on the door, tell the mind itself. Set it off on the inside. We fall from a badly written mind.
All right. Back again on a beautiful Friday evening. Welcome to the listening room, guys. Subscribe to that channel, hit that bell notification, like the video for the content. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Eddie Booz. This is the listening room, and my guest today is a singer, songwriter, guitarist, sound engineer, and producer. While his relationship with music began as a child, he only fully dedicated himself to the craft at the age of 27, moving into and living in a Honda CR-V to do so. It's a small car. My guest has since vetted himself on stages around the world, pioneering many events and recording hundreds of songs with local artists. My guest is now based in Charleston, South Carolina, where he continues to hone his craft and make great music. In his own words, he simply plays music that fits. No longer living in the Honda, please welcome to the show my good friend, Mr. Noah Grove. How you doing, brother?
Hello, everybody. Pretty good. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Eddie. It's my pleasure to be here, and I was just stoked to be invited and just still feel connected to Long Beach, even if it's in some small ways like this, just, not actually being able to physically be there,
Absolutely.
But it really helps me feel still like, everything all that time that I spent there, I'm still kind of connected. So
No, I totally get it, dude. That's super cool, man. What's going down, Tristan? Hey, Mom, how you doing? Amanda, good to see you. And happy birthday, Cody. Happy birthday, Cody. Good to see you guys. Sharon, you too. Tristan, wonderful to see you. I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Brandon he says, Eddie, excited to see two of my favorite guitar players here live tonight, also with exceptional voices and talent. Oh, Brandon, appreciate that. Thank you so much, my man.
That's a sweet one.
Well, Brandon's a sweet guy in general, you know. So actually, he was here last night. Actually, he came in and kind of did a last minute thing with me, and we did a little we did a little woodwind trivia and some other stuff, and we played a couple songs. It was super fun, dude. So
I'm gonna check that stream out.
You should.
I just saw that I saw his comment, or I saw a post from him saying that he was going on, and when I saw it today, and I was like, wait a second, I thought I was going on,
Right.
but then I saw that it was like 22 hours ago, so I'm gonna go check that out.
Well, there you go. 22 hours ago, Brandon was on the show, and it was 24 hours ago now. Brandon was on the
24
show.
now, yeah.
And it was a great episode. I enjoyed having him on. Good to see you in the chat. What's up, Ray? Yeah, absolutely doing well, brother. Appreciate you asking, Tristan. Appreciate you asking, man. How you guys doing out there in the chat? Let me know how you guys are all doing today. And I always like to get this show started off with a little bit of gratitude, the same way I like to start my day off. So today, why don't you tell me something you're grateful for, Noah? Why don't we go straight to you, and why don't you kind of give us something you're grateful for?
Well, I'm grateful for my wife, Shuang. It's as simple as that. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I'm just super grateful for her. She's changed my life, and she changes my perspective on things. And I just feel like overall I'm a way better person because of her. I know that sounds cliche, like a lot of cliches. I think the further you get in life, you start to realize how true a lot of cliches are. And I'm super grateful for my wife. She's better than I deserve. So
I love that, brother. And you know, I'll say I love that. Actually, I love that gratitude, and I'll say something to that effect that love really is all it's cracked up to be. I'm not kidding around. I'm not trying to be poetic or cliche. It really is. It's when you find it, that spark, that real connection, that spark, is nothing like it. You know, and I can appreciate you saying that today, and I can appreciate you putting your wife first and in your gratitudes today, and that actually really resonates with me, man. I really appreciate that, dude. Like, yeah, I can completely appreciate, man. I completely appreciate that, you know, and yeah. Well, today, dude, I'm actually very grateful that I can actually, with the technology that we have, I can actually sit with you and chat. It's been a really long time since you and I have actually got to sit together and have some fun and play some music and just enjoy each other's company. So I'm happy and grateful today that I have the ability to sit with a good friend of mine all the way across the country in real time and look at your face. And I may not be able to give you a hug, I may not be able to shake your hand, but to be able to sit here and chill with you and just look at you and be here with you in real time is something I'm extremely grateful for. And
it's amazing. Likewise.
Absolutely, brother.
Likewise.
Absolutely, brother. Tristan asks, and I'll pose this question to you. What is your favorite song just in mind that you like?
What's my favorite song?
Yeah, what's your favorite song?
Let's see. I would say there's a song by Josh White Jr. It's called "No Greater Love."
Josh
maybe that's
White
a good.
Jr. I'm gonna write that down because I have not heard of that. All right, Josh White Jr. "No Greater Love."
Yeah.
Guys, go check. We're on YouTube. You guys can go check that out.
Yeah.
After this show, don't go anywhere just yet. This man is going to be playing some amazing music for you guys, so don't go anywhere just yet. All right. Josh White Jr.? Yeah,
Josh White Jr. The song's called "No Greater Love." And yeah, that kind of tags on what you were saying. I just think, we don't need to go in this direction at all. But one of the main reasons I like that song is because I think that's what life is all about. It's about love, and that's I think like in all the noise and all the bickering that we see in what leadership, what our leaders are supposed to be. ultimately, I think it's all about how we ourselves as individuals can be more loving people and be motivated through good motivations. I've got some stuff here to keep as reminders, but No Greater Love, I just think that song, it's four verses, and it just does it about, I think it says it about as good as you can say it. It's really, really good. It's poignant. And Josh White Jr. does the song really well as well. That always helps.
Interesting. I dig that. I'm gonna go check that song out real quick here after the stream here. For me, I would say favorite songs always are fluid. They're always shifting and changing.
Yeah.
It's like, a favorite song is like I don't know. It's just always it's always different, because you're always exposed to new music. You don't just. If I were to just go off of the stuff that I heard, prior to 2 years ago, then I would say something different than, you know what I mean? It's always, it's always evolving. And for me, recently, I'll say two songs. I'll say two. There's one called "Enough to Cry" by Mr. John Moreland. You don't care for me enough to cry. And then there's "Streets of London" by Tony Rice. And both those songs are just, perfect. Like, written well. The lyrics are just get you, and the music is just like, they're both like, they're okay. You know those songs that you like, that you end up like hearing them and you're like, man, I wish I wrote that. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have that, like, you ever have that feeling? You ever get that feeling like when you're watching something or you're hearing a song for the first time and you're like, damn, I wish I wrote that song, or shit,
Not very often, but it has happened a few times where you're just like, that's too good. That's
it's too damn good.
It's too good.
I have not heard. Tristan asks if we've heard the band Alter Ego from Las Vegas. No, I actually haven't heard Alter Ego. Nightwalk says, right. It starts from within and leading with love. That's exactly right.
Let me throw another song out there.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
So No Greater Love, the reason I like that one so much is because, well, of what I already said, but also it's just, I had that on a CD that was given to me when I was living in the car, and for a few years I had a Cat Stevens CD in the car, and then I had a CD that had that song on it, and so I listened to that. That's all I listened to for like 2 years, and so that song just took so much meaning for me. It's a meditative song, so it's I don't know that would be a song that people would typically go to for their favorite song, but I'll throw another one. Norman Brown, Just Chillin'. That was my jam. That's a jazz song. It's jazz, and it's kind of like smooth jazz. So if you're a jazz snob, maybe that's not for you. I don't know. I heard recently that there's like a conflict between smooth jazz and like real jazz or something.
You said real jazz.
I don't know.
I think if you're calling it real jazz, there's probably a conflict. If one of them is known as real jazz, it doesn't matter what the other one is known as. I think there's probably going to be some little conflict there. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Right. I have not heard a full. I don't know if I. Here's the thing about Coldplay. Tristan asked if I'm a Coldplay fan. if I've heard "Full of Stars." Yeah. Do you know that song "Full of Stars" by Coldplay, Noah?
I don't think so. No.
That's one I don't. So here's the thing about Coldplay with me. I'm not a huge Coldplay fan in general because, and I'm not saying that I think they're bad. I actually like they're actually a really good band for what they do. It's just I feel like a lot of their songs sound very similar to each other, and there's certain bands throughout my life that I've like if I feel like I'm getting the same album over and over again, it's hard for me to lock on to a band even if they're really good. I'll be honest with you, the same thing happened with me in Linkin Park. Like, I really enjoyed Linkin Park's music, but I felt like I was getting the same song over and over again. I felt like I was getting a similar album kind of given to me over and over again,
They didn't evolve enough,
Right. There wasn't...
That's an interesting comparison with Linkin Park and Coldplay. I think those are two kind of interesting ones because Linkin Park wrote some great songs, right? They wrote some really good songs.
Really,
and so did Coldplay.
Really great songs.
They've written some really good ones. And I recently learned a Coldplay song. I forget what it's called, but I just really love the lyrics. It was a really popular one, and I didn't really like it when it released. But now that I've dug into the lyrics and really understand it, it's an amazingly profound song. But what's interesting about maybe Linkin Park and Coldplay is that they evolved in the sense that they pushed their music in more of a pop direction. I think both of them tried to intentionally
I can definitely
move
see that.
their, you know what I mean? But it wasn't so much. I don't think it was as much of a evolution of like within. You know, it was more of a
Right.
our music's kind of outdated now, and we need to get in this zone. So they kind of pushed it this direction. But I still think Coldplay wrote some good ones. But like
Definitely.
Clocks and Clocks and Speed of Sound, they're like, those are the two where it's like they did like the same exact riff, and it wasn't. They didn't. Did they even release on the same album? No, those were two different albums.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't know,
Yeah.
because I wasn't exposed to it. And here's another thing too. And maybe I'm not. Maybe I haven't been exposed to enough of them to know. Also, you know what I'm saying? Because that also can be a thing as well. If I'm not exposed to enough, but I've only heard the radio hits that kind of felt like each other. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
But no, yeah, and he asks if Suburban Legends from Disneyland. Have you ever heard of them? I haven't heard of Suburban Legends. I'll have to check them out too. I'm gonna actually write that down. All right, so Noah, so dude, how are you staying? Or let me ask you this: so when you were down here, when I met you, you came to Sababa and Suburban Legends. That's what I'm writing down. When you came to Sababa and I met you that first time, why don't you actually tell everyone how we met? Actually, real quick here.
Okay. Let me throw I remember the song, the Coldplay song was Viva La Vida, and there's a really good performance from the lead singer on an acoustic guitar on a Howard Stern. So, now he does a fantastic job with just an acoustic guitar. And the song, it's a really good song. If you dig into the lyrics, it's a profound commentary from the perspective of like an internationally successful artist, I think. But we met at Sababa's open mic, and well, I'll tell you this: the thing that I remember most about you is when when I first got to Long Beach, the first thing that I did, no, not the first thing I did. Pretty quickly, I lived in my car for a little while, only had about $1,000 in my bank account, and then I rented a room which I could only stay in for 2 months. And it was at that time I met you at Sababa's. And it was very quickly after that, this guy, Eddie Booz, sent me a text or called me or something and said, I have got a gig that, do you want a gig at Gallagher's Pub? And I had hardly ever had paid gigs in my life. And I don't know if you knew that. And
no, I didn't actually.
Not only, like, I came out to Long Beach, and the only other paid gig that I'd ever had, or paid gigs that I ever had, was in Outer Banks, North Carolina. There were just a handful of them, and I hardly even had enough material to fill up 3 hours at the time. And then I dove into, coming out to Long Beach, which is where I was born. Well, I was born in Pasadena. But I was living in that room, and Eddie doesn't hardly even know me. And I'm new to town. I'm basically living out of my car in this room briefly. And you loaned your PA to me as well. And dude, that blew me away. And like, I've never forgotten that. I'll never will forget it. It came at an amazing time in my life. And I don't think you even realize how much of an impact that had on my ability to move forward and have like faith in myself and confidence that I could actually do music in Long Beach. You were one of the first people to actually believe in me.
Wow.
Through that, and it was just amazing because I was blown away by the fact that I could come into town and that you believed in me enough not only to give me a gig but also to risk your equipment by letting me, by giving it to me to take it and do a gig with. So I wanted to share that. Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. That is really cool, dude. Like,
yeah,
and
man.
I didn't know some of that actually, man. That really like warms my heart to know that like I've actually helped in a positive way. That's really, really awesome, dude. And I'll say this: when I saw you come to Sababa that first night, you came in. I was running an open mic night, and you came in and you played. And I think almost everybody in the place. I had known, or there were regulars, or there was a bunch of people in there who were, there was a bunch of musicians in there, and then there were some regulars that would come to the bar that night, and I had a ton of people. I mean, I had a ton of people tell me, like, ask me, like, dude, who is this guy? This guy is incredible, and I very much felt the same way. I was just kind of like, Wow. I was just kind of like really just kind of blown away by what you were, by what you brought to the table in general, just with your songwriting, you know. And there's tons of your songs that I personally still remember very well and enjoy. I'll actually tell you, I was talking earlier about those songs that you wish you wrote. One of those you wrote that I heard, and I was just like, man. And I'll tell you, I actually had recently, not recently, but on this last album that I'm recording now, actually, La Ventana is the song that I'm talking about. And, that song actually inspired another song that I wrote on my album.
Sweet.
The vibe of that tune, I couldn't get it out of my head for like months, bro. And I was just like, I have to write my version of La Ventana. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or it's not going to leave my head. You know what I mean? Like, so.
You know, you're actually one of the first people that I've talked to that compliment that song. And I really do like that song.
Great tune. Man, you have a very unique songwriting style. And I'll say this, you don't do the Coldplay and the Linkin Park thing. You have this awesome way about bringing different strum patterns and different rhythmic structures and different vocal cadences and things, into your music, which I really appreciate. Like, and I actually feel like I need work on that big time. Like, if you go listen to like some of my albums, like BOOZE, like The Drink and Somebody's Darling, like you'll really catch a vibe of like a similar strum pattern throughout those songs, throughout the album. You know what I mean? Because I find myself, I catch myself kind of falling into the same type of like vibe on my music. And while that's cool, I also, it's been an actual struggle to do. It's been something I've worked on for a long time consciously to do, that's something that seems to just come naturally to you, where you just write these songs that are just like, okay, for instance, yesterday we were doing this thing. We were doing sound check yesterday, and you played 3 different tunes for me, just like pieces, and each one of them had a completely different rhythmic structure to it. And I noticed that yesterday, and I was like, man, that's a very strong, that's a super strong quality of a songwriter, dude, to be able to be yourself, but still be able to be to spread out and vary your music enough to be listenable from different people in different genres, and things along those lines,
Yeah, I think like that's something I've worked at pretty hard. It's really important to me to
So it wasn't something that
differentiate.
came so natural. It was something that you really focused on. Something that, like I said, was kind of consciously something I've been working on. Something you consciously worked on as well.
Yeah, I would say like
no shit.
I would say yes and no, in the sense like when you're actually writing songs. Like for me, maybe there's different ways kind of that songs come. Maybe a song can come where you just kind of want to sit down and write one, and so you just do it, or it could come where you actually have some just natural inspiration that just compels you to write. And I think that both can produce good songs, but I think that the second one, where you just have a natural inspiration, you just want to get something out, you're just driven to go do it. I think that that when you have that, you almost always have something unique. And as long as you spend enough time with it.
You're totally right, dude. You're totally right. I feel like you're completely right. In fact, me and Crumb was on the show like last week, and we were talking about the exact same thing, about how like the best songs just like fall out of you. They like just like blah, like you have this inspiration to write something, and it just like kind of just dumps out of you so quick that you're just like, it's on paper and you're playing it, you know what I mean? And you don't have any there's not a lot of analytical overthinking, work that goes into it. It's just like the music and the lyrics just kind of like, it's almost like you're a conduit for it to come through you from some other force that's writing this music almost, you're almost just like allowing yourself to just like, holy shit, I feel this thing. It's like, okay, and it's like, there's been times where it's coming through me so fast, I can't even get the lyrics out fast as they're coming into my head. You know what I mean? I can't even write them as fast as I was. I mean, like,
that's frustrating because you're like, these lyrics are so good, and I can't hold on to them.
I know, dude, I know. But
I'll throw a quick shout out to Nathan Douglas, because this is on the subject of Nathan Douglas is
Nathan's
another guy
a
in
great
the
guy,
Long Beach
good
scene.
friend. Love Nathan.
Yeah, and he had a massive impact on just where I am with
Nice.
music, and that's something that we've talked
Bender,
about a
what's
number
good?
of
Good to see ya.
times. Is just differentiating your songs from one another, because when you're a singer guitarist or whatever you are, a singer and a piano, if you're a soloist, I would say probably it even rolls over into bands as well, but certainly when you're working with just a voice and a guitar or a voice and a piano, you're just working with two sort of sounds, and if you're playing a 3-hour gig, and people just being exposed to those same sounds over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, it doesn't matter how good you are. It's so hard for people to sit through 3 hours of that, right? And so if you can figure out any way to just break it apart with just different strum patterns or differentiate anything you're doing, it just helps.
Yeah.
And so that's been a huge, because you can spend all the time in the world to get your songs where you think they're sounding, as gorgeous as you could get them. But yeah, it doesn't. It's just because your voice has only so much range and so much tonality that you can do with your one voice. So anything that you can do to break it up stylistically. So I've worked on that intentionally, just to, I've picked songs. If I'm developing a cover set list, I've learned songs specifically because they're very different. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
I dig that, actually, and same goes for me. Being a working musician, because I remember how you what's funny about the story you told. You said you talked about me and you getting together and you going to Gallagher's and using my PA and stuff like that. Here's what I remember. Okay, so here's what I remember that was really cool about you. Not only were your music really good, but this also happened, and I've actually told a couple people this story. Robbie knows this, actually. A couple other people know this. So Noah called me about it wasn't more than a week after we met. Noah calls me and says, "Hey, I want to come by and pick your brain about how you make a living doing this thing that you do, playing music and running open mics and things like that." I say, "Yeah, come on by, let's chat." So Noah comes by. I run him through everything. I tell him here's how I send these emails out, I talk to people, I make these calls, I tell him everything that I do. I kind of just it kind of explain how I am a working artist in Southern California, and I have and you're the first person, by the way. I've done this with 4 other people since you. They've asked me, "Hey, can you show me exactly how it is you do what you do?" I show them the email format, the phone call format, the whole deal about how to book gigs and how to get yourself to be a working musician. And you were the only person you're the only one out of the people that I've shown that literally took the information that I gave you, and within a week or two, you were you had residencies at the wine bar, tons of. I turned around and Noah's doing the exact same thing. Noah's completely killing it and playing tons of venues and making enough money to live. And I was proud of you. I'll be honest with you, man. That made me really proud of you, dude. Just to see you succeed and just to take the initiative and go, yeah, I can do this. That's easy. I can do this, And you're good too. And here's another thing that you did that a lot of musicians around here don't do. You took your show and see, most musicians get paid to play cover music in Southern California, and it's a good living, but you were able to do a kind of a crossover. You would kind of take into these places and say, some of the music is mine, some of the music is covers. And you got gigs, and you got a lot of gigs this way, and you got a lot of respect in the local musician community, for not only the drive and the ambition. I mean, I know Nathan even had nothing but good things to say, and Robbie had nothing but good things to say about how driven you were and how you were out there just getting shows left and right, boom, boom, boom. You're just out there working your ass off, So that's something I actually really, really appreciate about you, and that's something I've seen you do. It's not easy to do it's not easy to do to go out and be a working musician in 2020 it's fucking impossible, but before 2020 it wasn't easy, but it wasn't impossible, and you made it happen. So for that, I'm very, very proud of you, dude.
Thank you. It helped. It certainly helped living in a car because that reduced your expenses majorly.
Your overhead definitely was was a little
So
good.
And it really is not as bad as it probably sounds. Maybe it takes some getting used to, but
All right.
good.
So Mike in the chat says he goes, that's all well and good, but which animal body part is not the name of a guitar part? And that was a question on the guitar trivia we did last week. So if you could see if you can answer that one for me, Noah.
An animal body part?
What animal body part is not the name of the guitar part?
Oh my goodness.
BJ's answer was teeth, and that was wrong. There's no teeth on a guitar. There's no hair on a guitar either.
I don't know. Would you say an ear?
No. Is there an ear?
There's an ear?
Well, no, there's no ears, but I mean, no, it's a foot. Yeah, you're
It's a
right. That was a
foot.
shitty question. All
No,
right.
I mean, I was thinking of a number of them, and I was like, no, that probably is. I was thinking like
No.
lip, nose.
It's a foot. The answer
Okay,
is foot.
Okay. Nice. Very good.
Yeah. Of course.
I will apply that.
Absolutely, Tristan. That's how you found this show, I believe, is when Mr. Chrome was on it. But yes, exactly. We'll apply that. All right, Bender, good to see you, boss. Mike, good to see you. Wonderful. Good to throw that in there. Mom, glad you're having fun. All right, Noah, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into your trivia. I got some trivia questions for you. I got a little just general music trivia for the singer-songwriter in you. Let's see how you do. Here we go. Okay. All right, and if you win, I'm gonna PayPal you $1. I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna get cash
right.
prize. Oh, you know what? If you get 10 out of 10, I'll PayPal you $5. If you get 5 out of 10, you get $1. How's that? Here we go.
Okay.
All
That
right,
works.
Kenny, good to see you. Mike, good to see you. All right, I'm going to keep track. I'm going to keep tally right now. This is for a cash prize, a giant cash prize of $5. Here we go.
Woo!
You scored you scored 90%, Beej. I'm not giving that to you. my guest who had the guitar quiz is on watching. He said he thinks he should have got 100% on the quiz because I took that question away from him. It's a foot, Beej. It's not teeth, okay? All right. You guys out there can answer as well, but you guys are 20 seconds behind, so I'm sure Noah's going to answer before you. Here we go. What pop singer is known as the Material Girl?
Madonna.
Boom! You
All
gets
right,
one
got one.
right.
I'm
All
not
right.
going to do good at this, by the way. I'm glad I got the first one.
Bender says $5 US is like $100 in Canada, so I think you should probably head on up there.
All right.
All right, here we go. Next question. Ooh, this is a good one. I don't know that you'll get this one. Maybe I'll come back to that one because that's kind of a hard one. I don't know.
That's all right. Let's
you know
maybe
what?
get the hard ones out of
I'll
the way.
give you a hint. Here we go. What musician was deported from Japan in the 1980s for possession of marijuana?
Oh my goodness.
What musician was deported from Japan in the 1980s for possession of marijuana? Mom, if you want to throw him out a hint, throw him a hint. But don't tell him. So in the comment section, they're able to give you hints.
they're
All
gonna
right,
give me
you
a hint.
guys,
All
don't tell him the answer, but give him a hint in the comment section if you would like. In the meantime, I'm going to give him another question. Here we
Okay.
go. Which famous music group were formerly known as New Yardbirds?
New Yardbirds.
Which famous music group were formerly known as New... Thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Dick. All right. He takes that...
Well, I was going to say, and I know this is wrong, but I was going to say Bruce Springsteen.
Right. No, yeah, well, that would have been wrong. And Kenny says Paul McCartney, so he just throws the whole thing in the trash can. All right, hints.
That's all right.
From now on, it's there you go, the Beatles guy. I like that. That was a better hint, Bender, than Paul McCartney. That was a shitty hint, Kenny.
I appreciate the hint because I was lost.
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to lose badly.
All right,
I need all the help I can get.
We're gonna move forward from that question. Okay. Which famous music group were formerly known as New Yardbirds?
Man, I have no idea.
Okay, don't say that. Let me give you a hint.
Okay.
You can get it. All right.
Man.
All right. Let me see. All right. One of... Okay, hold on. All right, let me think. What's a good... All right. The...
The New Yardbirds.
The New Yardbirds. Yeah, it's a hard hint. Do you guys? Does anybody out there know who the New Yardbirds used to be? Because it's hard for me to. Okay, so all right. One of their songs talked about a way to get to the afterlife.
Okay. All right. I think I got that. Led Zeppelin.
There you go.
That's a good hint. That was a really good hint.
That was a shitty hint.
I don't know. I think. Hey, I got
to
it,
you.
so I'm happy with the hint.
That's right. I was gonna say, well, you'd be happy with the answer. Exactly right. Here we go. All right, next question. Here we go. All right. Okay. Rock band AC/DC actually originate from which country? If you guys want to give him a hint, give him a hint. If you guys want to give him a hint, throw him out a little hint.
I'm just gonna. I have no idea. I'm gonna say Iceland.
Iceland. See, Bjork. All right, I'm giving you the wrong answer on that one. You just got the. You're right. I still give you the 5. You get 8 out of 10. I should have said 8 out of 10. So all right. So you still have a leeway. You get double elimination. All right. So that was Australia. AC/DC originated from Australia. Okay.
My second guess was New Zealand, so that's not too far, I guess.
See, you got to wait for the hints because people are already throwing hints in there. So you got to wait for the hints. All right. So here we go. He said, Kenny said, "Can I ruin it?" All right. Next time, definitely don't ruin it, Kenny. But hints are welcome. Like subtle. Think subtle. You know. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, you should get this one. This one's fairly simple. Maybe not. Okay. What instrument is used by the indigenous people of Australia to accompany ceremonial dancing and singing?
Snap. Is it like
what instrument?
Is it some kind of drum?
No. What instrument is used by the indigenous people of Australia to accompany ceremonial dancing and singing? Think hard. It's the only instrument that's like well known to come out of Australia.
I want to say something just to be ridiculous.
Like what?
I really don't know. I don't know. Like what? If there's an instrument that's famous to come out of
I think it's pretty famous. I mean, all right. I'll give you a hint. Here's what the instrument sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna try to do my best impression of this instrument.
Okay, I know. Yeah.
All right.
Didgeridoo.
There you go. There you go.
You guys, I know music.
I know music. Well, this next Beatle didn't know reading too well because this next Beatle had dyslexia. Who was it? Which Beatle had dyslexia?
I don't know, but I'm going to say Ringo Starr. Why not? Is it Ringo Starr?
Incorrect. And I'm not going to give you a wrong answer for that only because that was just not really one of the questions. I just threw it in there as like a little auxiliary question. So
all right.
I'm not going to give you a wrong answer for that one. All right. Brandon from Incubus plays the didgeridoo, and apparently Sepultura uses one, actually. Kenny and Bender both. Mike says, it rhymes with zidgeridoo.
Very nice.
See, Amanda's hint was good. Amanda's hint, there you go. Now, that's the kind of hint we like to see. She says it starts with a D, and that's not dick, okay?
Okay.
It's didgeridoo, all right? All right. Here we go. All right, let me get this off the screen. What's going on here?
Eddie's got his opinion on the hints, but I'm okay with the didgeridoo. Great hint, right?
Right.
We're in this for the money, people. We need the money. $5.
We're in this
$5
for the
on the
money.
line.
We're in this for the money. All right. Okay, that would have been a hard ass question. You would never get that, but I love the question itself, so I'm gonna give it to you anyway. What pop star played 27 different instruments on their debut album, For You? Which pop star played 27 different instruments on their debut album, For You? That's the name of the album.
I know who it is, but I just can't remember his name.
Okay, well,
does that count?
It's no, it doesn't actually. And so here, I'll give you a hint. It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was a iconic pop star who we lost not too long ago. Don't give him, and don't tell him the answer, guys. Give him the damn hint.
I feel like I know the guy. I
can't tell you.
I don't think I ever really listened to his music, but he's kind of renowned for that on like a lot of his albums, right? He records
Well, you'll see.
No?
I mean, because he's one of the most popular. It was one of the most popular pop stars of all time. Nightwalk Productions says he changed his name. He changed his name during his life, during his stardom. Amanda says,
well, that makes me think of in a different direction.
Amanda says lightning bolt with a question mark.
You guys, I'm so bad at this. I just don't know music trivia. But I'll do a guess, and I'm going for the $1. I'm giving up on the $5. Let's do
Wait, Kenny. Stop being a jerk, Kenny. Hints are not hard. Think about a hint. And you're not a jerk. I love you, Kenny. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you names. I miss you. Now come be a guest on my show. I'll see you soon. All right. You can't. Okay, good Lord, you guys. I'll give you the last hint. It's one word. His name was one word.
Okay. His name is one word.
His name was one word.
No, I don't.
One of those popular pop stars of all time.
I think that I probably know it.
He changed his name to a fucking symbol.
Dude, I'm totally lost. I'm gonna guess Michael Jackson.
Prince. It was Prince.
Okay.
It was the artist formerly known as Prince. He changed his name.
I should have guessed that. I had somebody. I don't know who it is, but I had somebody else in my head. But
you don't deserve the $5 now. Now you do not deserve the $5 after that. However, you're still in the running for it just because you only got 2 wrong so far. So you're 8 out of 10, and you're still in the running.
All right.
All right. Here we go. All right. Here was another one. Here was another great hint. Nightwalk says he made a movie with an amazing soundtrack.
Okay.
Yeah. Purple Rain. There you go.
Okay.
All right. So next question. Here we go. You're 3 for 5. You already got 2 wrong. All right. Here we go.
More to come.
Dog. You better get this right.
I hope Mooney Starr's not watching. He'll be pissed at me for not knowing enough about Prince.
All right. Who was Andrew Ridgeley's partner in the group Wham?
Dude, no idea. I don't know anything about Wham. I don't know anything about Wham, man.
Okay, Wham made this guy famous, and then this guy was had a giant solo career as well. Guys, please help him out with this one. This is another icon of music history question. I nominate Bender Bendy to answer questions for me. Bender Bendy. No, Kenny is the one who keeps answering them and giving you the, or Mike gave you the rhymes with didgeridoo hint. Bender's giving you good ones, good hints. Who was Andrew Ridgeley's partner in the group Wham? Okay. Mike says Deadpool. Did that give you any hints?
Dude, I don't even know who the Andrew is. I don't even know who Andrew is.
Nobody knows the other guy, by the way. Nobody fucking knows the other guy. Okay. Kenny puts... Okay, so... okay, there's 2 great hints on here. Nightwalk Production says a monkey shared his first name. Kenny says his... Kenny says GM.
GM.
Bender Bendy says President George Bush has the same first name.
Okay. I don't know. George.
What's the last name? It starts with an M.
I
All right, I'll give you a hint. You gotta have
Manson?
faith.
George Manson?
I gotta have faith, baby.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Dude, I'm not kidding you, dude. I feel like I have to. I told you that's why it was really good that I got the first question right. because all the other ones I'm gonna get them wrong. Because
Noah,
I watched my
I'm
music history.
disappointed.
I know, man, but my music history is like very specific, and then for like ever since I decided to become a musician, I never listened to music. All I do.
Robbie Ravenwood says, George Michael, you are not
George
gay.
Michael.
Nice to see two of my favorite singers.
I should know George Michael. I actually do know that, but yeah, ever since I became a musician,
You don't have to be gay to know George Michael, Robbie. But I mean, maybe it helps. I don't know. Robbie, I love you, bro. You're fucking rad. Oh yeah.
What's up, Robbie?
Good to see you, my brother. All right, next question. We got we got to get through this. We got to get to your musical performance pretty soon here. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, now I'm afraid to ask you any of these damn questions. To be honest with
If you asked me questions about the music in the local scene, I'd probably have some
you
ideas
probably wouldn't be
about
able to
that.
answer. All right, I got
yeah.
one for you. Who was the lead guitarist of Queen?
Yeah, don't know.
Brian May.
Brian May,
Wow.
right on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. You're still in the running for the dollar, bro.
But I'm
You're
losing
still in the
major. I'm
running.
losing major rep right now.
Nah, dude, it's all good. You'll just go do some research after this. So you'll be all good. All right, here's an easy one. Ozzy Osbourne was the lead vocalist of which classic heavy metal band? Ozzy Osbourne was the singer for what band?
Dude, you know what? I think what I'm gonna blame this on is I'm feeling really lightheaded because I don't have any AC in this room.
Right,
That's
exactly.
real though. Like I do feel like I didn't drink enough water or something.
All right, so check it out. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you a hint. The first Ozzy Osbourne sang for what band? Guy, by the way, you have Google in front of you. I mean, you could cheat here. I mean, you
Yeah,
could
no.
just cheat.
Okay, you want me to cheat?
I don't want you to cheat. I'm just saying, like, it would have helped. It could have helped.
All right,
you know?
guys.
It's Black something.
got-
Ozzy Osbourne.
This is where we are.
Ozzy Osbourne said, "This is where
Black
we are."
Sabbath. Black Sabbath. I know Black Sabbath. Yeah.
I'm giving it to
But-
you. I'm giving it. I have to give it to you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Sympathy.
Which-
Sympathy
all right.
dollar.
Which sympathy dollar? Which popular singer is referred to as the boss? Which popular singer is referred to as the boss? You said his name in this show earlier today. You thought his name
Michael
was gonna
Jackson?
you thought his name was going to be the answer to a different question.
Michael Jackson.
Nope.
What? That's
Nope.
the one I thought. Who's known as? Oh, Bruce Springsteen.
There you go.
Boom.
All right, I'm going to give you one more and see if you get 6.
All right.
All right, you got 5 out of 9 so far, so you're still up. Let's see if you can.
Okay.
Let's see if you can win ahead. Okay. Let me find a good one. Ooh, that's gonna be. I would know that in a heartbeat, but I don't know. Okay, well, shit, you don't know George Michael, so I was gonna ask whose career as a solo performer was launched with the song "Careless Whisper," but that's also George Michael as well. But
Okay.
you wouldn't know that because you don't know George Michael. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give you 2 questions. If you get either of these correct, you win. You already
Okay.
won. You already won the dollar, but here we go. Justin Timberlake started his career as a member of what band?
In sync.
Oh, and he gets the question correct. See, now I'm really disappointed because you got like boy band questions like in like
Well-
that, but like questions about Prince, like you couldn't answer. Like, dog. No,
Yeah, but-
I still
but-
love you though. I still absolutely
Okay.
love you. We just got to work on this. All right, this is something.
Well-
you need to call me once a week, and we need to do like a little music history workshop or something along those lines. We'll get Brandon involved. We'll get Robbie involved. You know, everybody will bring their perspectives to the table, and we'll get Noah educated on some music history, guys. All right. All right.
I took music history. I took history of I think
Yeah.
rock or something. History of music in
pop
college.
culture, music history.
Yeah.
That's
And
kind of
then
the
My
thing.
history of music is just what I listened to coming up through school, which was initially it was contemporary Christian. That's what I came up with in my early
Dude,
years.
I dig it. I listen to
Dude,
Stephen Curtis
there's
Chapman.
some-
You know.
Yeah, dude, that guy's good.
Yeah, I listen to Brandon Heath.
I've been going back through a bunch of DC Talk covers. I've been
Dude,
adding a whole bunch of
nice.
DC Talk covers to my repertoire. They make some freaking great music. It holds up so good today.
Absolutely. You know,
Yeah,
I
man.
play Give Me Your Arms from Brandon Heath. That's on my Human Jukebox list.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
check that one out. I haven't heard that one.
You know, they do not sure exactly. if they do it anymore, but every New Year's Eve they would do a big celebration at Knott's Berry Farm where they'd have a bunch of Christian artists playing and fireworks go off on New Year's Eve and stuff. And that was at midnight, and it was super cool. I went to that a couple times actually.
Sweet.
Yeah, super cool. I ended up seeing all those bands back in the day. All right, Noah, you are tonight's lucky winner on on music barely on music history on music history breakdown, get down on the listening room here. I'm gonna come up with some name for it, but
I'm here to make everybody else that participates look good. That's what I'm here to do.
Setting the bar low.
Oh.
I love it. I'm just kidding, brother. We love you. All right, that's your sound because you won right there. There you go, and your $1's on its way.
All right.
All
That's
right,
what I
Noah.
wanted.
All right, you guys, so stick around for an amazing live performance by Noah Grove out there in South Carolina. You guys don't go anywhere. We will be right back. But first, Bucket Man.
Bucket Man.
That was the jam, bro. I loved it, dude. Hey, I love. All right, you guys, please welcome to the listening room, Mr. Noah Grove.
All right. Reverb. I can take that down. I'm going to start with a song that, wow, now I sound like I'm in I don't know, I sound like I'm in a cave or something. I don't know. That's weird.
I like the background, by the way.
Right on, yeah. I'm here at the beach. I was going to put on like a button-down shirt, but then I thought that this just looks more like I'm hanging out at the beach. So you might not guess, it's like 9:30 here, and what? Actually, it's like 10:25 here on the East Coast. but it's still sunny. Actually got a green screen, but it looks nice.
I love it.
So welcome to my studio. I'm going to start with a song that is called Casi que me pierdo, which is it's a song by an Argentinian reggae band. And I learned that when I was down in Argentina. I lived there for 7 months, learned the language, and I just think it's a super cool song. If you like reggae, go check it out. They do an absolutely sick version of it. It's one of my favorite songs from them, probably my favorite song from them, and I'm going to start with that. And Eddie was saying that he was talking about my one-man band thing, so I'm working on a number of these one-man band songs to play for you tonight, and then I'm going to go to the acoustic guitar for a number of songs as well.
Perfect.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, we will.
We'll put the reverb back on.
All right. Here we go, brother.
Hold on to this for a little bit longer. We want to do. Played that better than I've ever played. Here we go. Casi que me voy hasta el fin del mundo a buscarte. Casi que me cuelgo y no puedo volver. Casi que me muero sin conocerte. Casi que me quedo sin bailar. Suerte que te vi bailando, correteando por ahí. Qué suerte cuando te vi cantando. Me di cuenta de tanto, hasta que la noche me sorprende. Pero qué tal aprende, la suerte es amiga de la acción, pero sé que te vi bailando, correteando por ahí. Qué suerte cuando te vi cantando. Me callo la pizza de quién sos. Claro que salpica este charco en vano y no está tan limpia mi condición, pero sé que te vi bailando, correteando por ahí, pero sé que te vi cantando. Me di cuenta de tanto. I am sweating like no AC in here, and these guitar strings are slick. So we're gonna try something right now. And what we're gonna try is this thing. And part of what I wanted to do with this one-man band, can this even go over my head right now? All right, we're gonna not do that. We're gonna still play, but I'm gonna risk breaking this right now for you guys. I was inspired to do this one-man band by somebody called Reinhard Burr. You can look him up on YouTube, R-E-I-N-H-R-D-T. Reinhard Burr, B-U-H-R. He does a one-man band thing, and it's amazing. He busks on the street with it.
You're good.
And he's a multi-instrumentalist. And so I was inspired by him to try to become a multi-instrumentalist. And I think there's a lot of mysticism or nervousness about instruments in general, but if you just sit with them and start to learn them and just put time into them, you learn them. And so that's been my challenge. I always wanted to learn how to play. So we're gonna try some sax. I did it! Y suerte que te vi bailando, correteando por ahí. How lucky that I saw you dancing. How lucky that I saw you singing. How lucky that I saw you moving, living your life the way you do. Ah, la, 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 la.
I saw you standing. How lucky that I saw you. Woo! I feel like I just did a whole show. I have never been. That's not true. I was exercising earlier today, so I'm drenched. Eddie, you there? I can't remember if you said that we can communicate at all during this, but I just want to make sure we're still on Skype. All right. You know what? I'm going to pull up so I can see any comments on here. I'll pull up the thing here. All right. Could use a good joint. All right. I take that as a compliment. You're feeling the reggae. All right. The next one I'm going to do is an acoustic song. And I got a ukulele here as well. Ukulele is definitely in part inspired by Robbie Ravenwood. If anybody knows Robbie Ravenwood, he plays the ukulele. He plays guitar and plays piano. I think he may be known most for his ukulele playing. At least that's what I know him most for. But he's a very good piano player, and he may be better at piano than he is at ukulele, so maybe some people don't know that. But anyway, the ukulele was inspired in part by Robbie Ravenwood. I always kind of wanted to learn ukulele, so we're going to get into a ukulele song a little later. But the next song I'm going to dedicate to Nathan Douglas. Tonight, this one is on the acoustic guitar. And this one I wanted to play because this was really my first song, my first like big song, coincidentally called Big Picture. More meat on the acoustic guitar, reverb, a little more sound. Here we go. So I actually had a dream recently where I was walking through Long Beach, California. And then I noticed like Nathan was in a venue or something, in a restaurant. And then I just started singing Big Picture from the sidewalk. So Nathan, if you tune in, this song is for you. What you imagine you will find. Don't be a jealous man in your mind. For what you steal will steal your time. Don't be a careless man in your mind. For one day your cares will leave you behind. Sad man all the time. Even on the darkest days, the sun still shines. And don't be a guilty man in your mind. Boldly be yourself and you'll do fine. Big picture. Try to see the big picture. A generous man in his mind looks inside to his heart and tries to look inside to your heart.
that's Big Picture. Let's see. I feel like I need to turn the fan towards me because I'm drenched right now. But let's see. Put the little more reverb on here. I want to put a little more reverb on the voice. All right, so that song is called Big Picture, and I don't want to put reverb right now because I'm talking. Big Picture, and I wrote that before I came out to Long Beach, and that was kind of my one song, and people called me One Song Noah because I was always playing that song, apparently. And that was also the inspiration of my tour, which actually got me to write La Ventana. Right on. Thank you, Eddie. That one, I was inspired by that song in a big way to actually go on my what I called my Big Picture tour. After I did my first album, if you want to make music, just make it with it. Don't worry about what kind of success you see. Like there's no straight road to anything, And you just gotta, if you want to do something, you gotta put the effort in and you do it, and then the chips fall where they fall. But the more effort you put into it, the more chances you give yourself. And I wanted to go on a tour, and it was always a dream of mine to release an album. It was a dream of mine to go on a tour. So I did it. I bought a van. It was a graffiti-colored van, so I figured nobody wanted it. I got a reasonable price on it. It was called the Everyone Van, and then I put Sharpies in the hood, so people, when I went and played at open mics or different shows across the country, people could sign anything they want on the van. And then graffiti artists started getting the idea they could tag whatever they want in the van, and that was kind of hit or miss. Some of it was all around. But one of the things that transpired as a result of doing the Big Picture tour is that I went into Mexico. And I remember before I went into Mexico, everyone I knew, really, they were telling me, don't go into Mexico. Go by yourself. You're crazy. You're going to be driving on these roads where there's nobody, and then the police will extort you. They might kill you. It's just dangerous. Don't go down there. There was one person actually that told me that it was an awesome trip and I should go. And he runs a shop in Long Beach. Mark something. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head. I can picture him. Anyway, when I got to the border of Mexico, I was there and I was like, am I going to do this? Because everyone except for one person is telling me that this could be a death sentence. And then I thought, if you don't do this, then your tour means nothing. Like, what are you? I was thinking I was going to go sing Big Picture to everyone, and what it really ended up being was I get to see the big picture. I'm there to see. I'm there to look and see and learn, and that's what the Big Picture tour was all about. And I actually got to go and see all these things. And I was at the border of Mexico, and I said, I got to do it. If I don't do it, who's doing it? And I got to go do it. I got to go discover what the truth is. That's what this is all about. And I need to be somebody that always is willing to discover the truth. And so I went, and then it was a wild journey. There were things that were crazy, like cows just crossing the road out of nowhere, and on these highways, small highways with semis going by you. And when I got to my destination, which was at the tip of Baja California, very close to it, it's called La Ventana, and that's what inspired a song I wasn't planning to play tonight, but I will. And it's called La Ventana. On the way, I got stopped. When I was down in Mexico, I got stopped by federales, and there were 6 military checkpoints. But once I got stopped by the actual federales, and all they did is ask me to get out a guitar and play some music for them. And so we shared a jam on the side of the road, and I got a picture of it. And yeah, so this is called La Ventana. Haven't played in a while, actually. It's on my album, Beautiful Frankenstein. La Ventana brings you peace of mind. La Ventana brings you peace of mind. In La Ventana you can have a good time. It's true. Oh, it's true. And when the wind starts blowing, get out and ride, ride, ride. Yeah, when the wind starts blowing, you can fly, fly, fly. La Ventana brings you peace of mind. La Ventana, you can have a good time. Oh, La Ventana, sometimes there's music at night. In La Ventana, you can learn how to kite. Yeah. When the wind is blowing, get out and ride, ride, ride. Oh, when the wind starts blowing, you can fly, fly, fly. Oh, oh, at my beautiful Frankenstein release show, when I played this song, this was inspired by Robbie and Nathan. When I played with the Funhouse Porcupines, we would always hand out instruments to people so everyone could join in. That's what music should be about in a big way. I think it's being together. And so you can look it up. Beautiful Frankenstein, La Ventana, Noah Grove. And everyone in the audience took like a shaker solo. And we bring it down low. La Ventana brought me peace of mind. La Ventana can bring you peace of mind. 'Cause La Ventana brings you peace of mind. I'm gonna take this buzz. So if you're feeling the vibe, go on down. All right, La Ventana. If you've never been to La Ventana, it's a really cool place, and I highly recommend the drive. The drive is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. You definitely want to be prepared for it. I would do some research beforehand. There are towns that are spread out, like sometimes the towns are like 5 hours apart or 6 hours apart. So you want to make sure that you have gas to get from one place to the next. But it's beautiful. There's a whole area as you get further south where it's like every time I would come around a bend, it would be a new landscape, like a new via, or whatever you call it, a vista. A new vista that was just grander than the next one, and every time I was like, it can't get any better than this, and it was just like, yep, it can, and it just did it like 8 times in a row. It was amazing. All right, the next song I'm gonna do is a DC Talk song. I've really been enjoying this song, and since we talked about DC Talk, and my thankful for, excuse me, was my wife. Coronavirus can't, I don't know if it's proper to joke about coronavirus, but it can't transfer through Wi-Fi or XLR cables. So we're still good on that front. So don't worry, I'm not sneezing, dangerous germs. This is a DC Talk song called Godsend. And that's something that I grew up in the Christian tradition, and
through schooling and the people that I was around, I thought so much of the contemporary Christian music was just kind of cheesy, or it was perceived cheesy. There was something cheesy about it. It wasn't, the cool music was the secular music, and I definitely got into that, and I got into a kind of respect or a cool kind of view of the secular culture. The secular was cooler, it was hipper, it was more right on, and I was led down that path too because the pastors, the leadership that I had at churches wasn't that great, and I felt like they were liars, and I felt like they didn't really believe what they were saying, and then some of them had some moral sort of flubs that they did that just kind of ruined their standing with community. But now, with the perspective that I have now, I think that most of that stuff is right on, and the secular culture really has a lot to learn from religious culture. And I would say the Christian culture. There's so much good within the Christian culture, and if you just cast it out, it leads you to some place, some experiences you don't want to go down. And more and more, I think God does exist, and I think love exists, and maybe God is love. And in the Christian tradition, it talks about God being inside of you. It's in your heart. And I think that's what, if you listen to your heart, if you listen to the love inside of you, if you don't let yourself, we're all driven by different things. And I think that's what spirits and demons, as people talk about them, I know those are like buzzwords that cause people to tune out. But those are what move within you. And maybe you don't even need to think about it in the sort of wacky spiritual sense if you don't want to. But what moves in you is your motivation. Are you driven by anger? Are you driven by greed? Are you driven by lust? Are you driven by charity, generosity? Are you driven by love? And the more that you can let the voice that speaks from you be that voice of love, the better. And with that, my wife is my God sent. And I think I've been given a gift through her. And that's what this song is for. Hope and praying, I've been waiting. Everybody needs somebody to love. There's no question, straight from heaven, you're my angel. I'm so crazy. A blessing from above, you've been God sent to me. You're a God sent, I've been dreaming of. You're a God sent. Holding your hand, touching your face, I will love you now and always, I swear. I will never forget that first moment we met, when two worlds collided and I felt my best friend. You're a God sent, a blessing from above, been God sent to me. You're a God sent, I've been dreaming of. You're a God sent. All right, my rendition of Godsend by DC Talk. I highly recommend checking out DC Talk. If you don't know their music, check out. There's a number of songs that are just fantastic songs. Look at, if it's a buzzword for you, a turnoff for you, look up Jesus. Just push through that and listen to the songs because there's some really good songs. Jesus Freak, their album called Jesus Freak, has some fantastic songs on it, and Supernatural has some amazing songs on it as well. And if you liked my version of Godsend, you're gonna freaking love their version. All right, let's see. I want to do this next song, You and Me, and then I'm gonna do, I think maybe I'll do one or two more songs after that, and I'll make sure I mention what if it's one or two more. This next song I'm gonna play is a cover song, Dave Matthews Band cover song called You and Me, and I like to play this one in particular because at the end, I like to make it about everyone. We're all together on it. They're open and understanding of each other and willing to not vilify somebody else for having a different perspective, because that's what we all got. You know, if you break it down, you keep breaking it down, everyone has a different perspective, period. There's not a single person that has the same perspective as another. And the idea that we're in two camps is just completely ridiculous. And so the more that we can value the fact that there's other perspectives, that's what this is all about. I think that's one of the huge, great things about free speech. And with that, we're going to do this. I'll add a little reverb on the voice, a little more on the guitar, and here we go. Gonna pack your bag, something small, and take what we need, and we disappear. Without a trace, we'll be gone. The moon and the stars will follow the car, and then when we get to the ocean, we're gonna take a boat to the end of the world, all the way to the end of the world. Oh, and when the kids are old enough, we're gonna teach them to fly. You and me together, we can do anything, baby. Together, yes, you and me together, we can do anything, baby, you and me together, yes. You and I, we're not tied to the ground, not falling but rising, like rolling around, eyes closed above the rooftops, my eyes closed, we're gonna spin through the stars, our arms wide as the sky. We're gonna ride the blue all the way to the end of the world, all the way to the end of the world. Oh, and when the kids are old enough, we're gonna teach them to fly. You and me together, we can do anything, baby. You and me together, yes, yes. You and me together can do anything, baby. You and me together, we can always look back on what we did, all these memories of you and me, baby. But right now it's you and me forever, girl, and you know that you and me, we could do anything. anything. Know that you and me, we could do anything. You and me together can do anything. Baby, you and me together, yeah, yeah. You and me together can do anything, yeah. You and me together, yes, yes. And all of us together can do anything, yeah. All of us together, yes, yes. All of us together can do anything, yeah. All of us together, yes, yes. So small to reach to the end of the world. All right. Woo! I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I am dripping. Like when I was playing, there was a certain moment where I'm sort of cupping my fingers to strum this guitar, and it was just, there was like a pond growing inside my hand. I've never had that experience before. New experience. New experiences are good. Push yourself outside your comfort zone. Okay. All right. So I want to do 2 more songs. Does that sound like a good amount? All right. Can I do 3 or is that pushing it? All right. I'm going to do three more songs. So one I wanted to do. Crap. You know what? All right. I'll do 3 more songs, and I'm gonna skip out on the. I end a lot of my sets with the No Greater Love by Josh White Jr. If you're interested in any kind of like the philosophy that I've been talking about, and you like the music I'm playing, go check him out. Listen to that song. But I'll do 3 different songs, and the first one I'm gonna do is one that involves the harmonica. So this is another instrument that if you want to pick up and play an instrument, maybe there's no better one to pick up than a harmonica. If you want to get in a jam and actually play with people.
Nice, bro. I've been looking forward to seeing you doing this too.
Right on. Because the harmonica, it's always in key. You know, you don't have to really tune it, and you can kind of blow anywhere on it and you get good notes. And that's one of the biggest things about any instrument, is trying to figure out how do you get good notes on it. You know, the saxophone, I thought it'd be more straightforward, but actually you really got to push the air in just the right way to get good tones to ring out. It takes a little bit of getting used to. But the harmonica, it's that easy. So we're gonna do a Bee Gees tune. This is How Deep Is Your Love? And we're going to tune up before. The strings, I put some new strings on and they're going out soon a little bit. Apologies. There we are. All right, here we go. I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain. And the moment you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. Then you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You know the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, when you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. Then you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show how deep is your love. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. All right, that's How Deep Is Your Love. Gotta take the headphones off to get the harmonica off. All right, we're gonna change it up with, you know what? I'll do the ukulele song last. The next song we're going to do is Girl from Ipanema, and I'm going to do that song because, one, I think Nathan Douglas is watching, and Brandon Baker might still be watching. And Brandon Baker actually taught me a chord that I used for this song. And I think at the time that he taught me, I think I was like being kind of a ego person. Like, I was like, you can't teach me chords. But not quite like that, just like, he's coming off too strong, like telling me that he knows how to play a better chord than me, and that was pretty stupid of me. You know. So we're gonna do "Girl from Ipanema," and we're gonna do it like this. Tall and tan, young and lovely, a girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes I smile, she just doesn't see. Tall and tan, young and lovely, a girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes. When she walks, it's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gentle, that when she passes, each one she passes goes. I did the loop wrong. It happens. And I did the solo wrong. I wasn't planning to play this song tonight, but then I saw Brandon and Nathan's on. All right, here we go. Oh, but I watch her so sadly. How Can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan, young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile, she just doesn't see. This is the part where Nathan would pick somebody up in the crowd. You know, the girl from Ipanema, she's just beautiful. She's unreasonable. And, and there she is. Wait a second. I think I see her right there. It's Bender Bendy. Yeah, Bender Bendy's the girl from Ipanema. Yeah. So, I think I see her right there. And she's just so beautiful. And, I can't do it like Nathan does, but, let's get the crowd involved. All right, we're going to go to the next part. Hopefully it's the right timing. Oh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? I don't even have to do anything. Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan, young and lovely, girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile. She just doesn't see. She just doesn't see. She just doesn't see. No, she just doesn't see. Yeah, she's somewhere here at the beach. I saw her, I waved at her. Do you know how many times I've seen the girl from Ipanema? And she never sees. She's just too freaking cool, you know? It's like, I don't know, she's just from another world and she's too cool. She doesn't see me, man. But I got my own girl from Ipanema, and I found her, or she found me, in Outer Banks. All right, we're going to do a uke song, and this is going to be the last song of my set. Thank you so much for watching, for all of you who stuck around to watch my music. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I've got actually 4 albums out. Now let's get this reverb off for it. I've got 4 albums available on the online. Big Picture is my first one that I ever made, and if you want to get kind of to know me as a songwriter, as a musician, that would be a really good one to get. I think it's got a number of great songs on it. Beautiful Frankenstein. I was going to play a song from that tonight, but I would recommend, there's a number of really good songs on that. Ride is really good. Beautiful Frankenstein is really good. And that album in particular, I'll just say, if you ever struggle with depression or not liking yourself or things like that, I don't know if that's the way people will experience it, but that's what I hoped to accomplish with that album, is sort of showing, giving people a roadmap, a way to regain faith in yourself. And it takes you down for me, were dark roads, and I try to be really straightforward about them and in my own lyrical way. But that's what I would hope that one would be. And then my third one is Noah Grove by Lee Schwang, and that's sort of the musical me with Schwang in my life. And then my fourth one is Acoustic Memories, and it was me playing acoustic songs that I'd written long before I ever wrote or recorded any albums at all. I went back recently and took all of my favorite songs from songs I never recorded and put that onto Acoustic Memories. So those 4 albums are available. I would recommend, in terms of the musicianship, I think there's some good songs on all of them, but maybe Beautiful Frankenstein and Noah Girl by Lee Shuang has some of the more, like, has the jams, the full band stuff. Big Picture, Acoustic Memories are acoustic. And with that, we're going to try this. Robbie, this one's to you. Got to set the key. So I got to play it up like this. And we're going to record a loop. All right, let's try this. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. The dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow. All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I was thinking about playing Neon, but you can, if you're interested in seeing me play again, I do live streams on a regular basis. I'm going to be doing what I call my Corona gig tomorrow night. I do that at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that's 10 p.m. Pacific Coast Time. Every Friday and Saturday that I'm not booked, which is a lot these days. And I do Thursday morning live at 9 a.m. on Thursdays. That's Eastern Daylight Time, so that'd be 6 a.m. Yeah, I got that wrong. It'd be 6 a.m. West Coast time, and the other one, 7 p.m. this time is 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time. That's that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Noah, for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. Everyone go over and check Noah out, Noah Grove Music at Facebook, Instagram. I'm not sure what the Twitter handle is, but go check him out. And on YouTube, you guys, go subscribe to Noah's channel, you guys. He broadcasts from the Grove all the time. so you can go ahead and check out those live music streams. He's incredibly talented. So again, one more time, thank you so much to Mr. Noah Grove, my guest for tonight. That was super amazing. I appreciate him so much, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight on the Listening Room. Join me next Friday or next week, all week, starting at 6:30 every night from Monday through Friday. And next Friday night, my musical guest will be Matt Edwall. You guys are quite amazing, and remember, good things happen when you take the time to listen. My name is Eddie Booze. Thanks for joining me on the Listening Room. Thank you all. Love you all. Thanks for being a part of the Listening Room tonight. My name is Eddie Booze. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and give the video a like. We'll see you guys every Monday through Friday right here at 6:30. Take care.
Okay, say bye.
Bye. Bye.